Our world, in all its breathtaking diversity, holds landscapes of unimaginable beauty. We are drawn to them, compelled to explore their secrets and stand in awe of their grandeur. But not every corner of our planet extends a welcoming hand. Some lands, as beautiful as a painting brought to life, conceal deadly traps beneath their serene surfaces. Here, nature's artistry is interwoven with lethal force, a delicate balance where life and death dance in a constant, precarious embrace. These are the places where the earth itself seems to warn us away, where the elements conspire to create environments of extreme hostility. Here, we will embark on a journey to the most dangerous places in nature, where every human footstep is a gamble with life itself. We will venture into realms where survival is not a given, but a hard-won battle against overwhelming odds. From boiling springs that can dissolve flesh, to frozen wastes that freeze the very air we breathe, we will witness the raw, untamed power of our planet. These are not destinations for the faint of heart. They are testaments to nature's formidable and unforgiving might, places that demand our utmost respect and caution. And if you watch until the end, you will discover what might be considered the most dangerous place of all, a mysterious location that has haunted the human imagination for centuries, a final testament to nature's ultimate power. But for now, let us begin our journey to the first destination, a spectacle of vibrant color that hides a scalding truth. A hot spring where, as day turns to night, the very rules of life and survival seem to shift and change, revealing a world of both wonder and imminent danger. Our journey begins in North America, within the protected wilderness of Yellowstone National Park. Here lies the Grand Prismatic Spring, the largest hot spring in the United States. From above, it is a spectacle of impossible color, a giant eye staring up at the sky. A deep sapphire blue heart bleeds into rings of green, yellow, and fiery orange. It is a masterpiece of natural chemistry, painted by vast colonies of heat-loving bacteria that thrive in the mineral-rich waters. The steam that rises from its surface catches the light, shrouding the landscape in an ethereal, dreamlike mist. This mesmerizing beauty, however, is a facade. It is a siren's call, luring the unwary towards a perilous fate. The water at the center of the spring reaches temperatures of nearly 190 degrees Fahrenheit, or 87 degrees Celsius, hot enough to cause fatal third-degree burns in mere seconds. The ground around its edge is a fragile crust of mineral deposits, often thin and brittle, concealing the scalding water just beneath. A single misstep, a moment of carelessness, can lead to a plunge into this boiling cauldron, a fate from which there is almost no escape. Over the years, the spring has claimed numerous lives, each a tragic story of beauty turning deadly. Visitors, sometimes straying from the designated boardwalks in search of a better photograph or a closer look, have broken through the fragile ground. The acidic, superheated water is not only deadly but also brutally efficient. The tales are grim, speaking of bodies dissolved by the geothermal brew, leaving behind little more than a sandal or a wallet as a somber memorial to a life lost in an instant of awestruck curiosity. The Park Service has erected countless warnings, physical barriers, and educational signs, all in an effort to protect people from this deceptive wonder. Yet, the allure of the Grand Prismatic remains powerful. It represents a fundamental paradox of the natural world, that the most stunningly beautiful creations can also be the most profoundly dangerous. The vibrant colors are not an invitation, but a warning sign painted by nature itself, a declaration of the raw, untamed power that bubbles just beneath the surface of our world. To stand before it is to witness a geological process that has shaped our planet for millennia. The spring is a window into the Earth's fiery heart, a reminder of the immense heat and pressure that churns deep within the planet's core. It is a place of profound scientific interest, but for the traveler, it serves as our first, and perhaps most vital lesson. In the wild, beauty and danger are often two sides of the same, magnificent coin. One must tread with reverence, and with caution. We now travel to the Bay of Bengal, to a sprawling, waterlogged world that straddles the border of India and Bangladesh. This is the Sundarbans, the largest single block of tidal mangrove forest on Earth. It is a labyrinth of mudflats, estuaries, and countless winding channels, a landscape perpetually sculpted by the push and pull of the tide. The air here is thick with moisture and the scent of salt and decay. The dense canopy of mangrove trees, their roots tangled like intricate sculptures, creates a world of shadow and shifting light, a place of profound and unsettling mystery. This amphibious kingdom is a realm of predators, and its undisputed sovereign is the Bengal tiger. The tigers of the Sundarbans are unique, and uniquely dangerous. They are powerful swimmers, perfectly adapted to this watery domain, capable of crossing wide rivers in pursuit of prey. And here, unlike almost anywhere else on the planet, that prey sometimes includes humans. The local honey collectors, fishermen and woodcutters who venture into the forest live by a fragile truce with these magnificent hunters, a truce that is often broken with lethal consequences. The threat of the tiger is constant, a silent, watchful presence in the dense undergrowth. Villagers wear masks on the back of their heads in a desperate attempt to trick the cats, which prefer to attack from behind. But the tigers are not the only danger. The very water teems with peril. Saltwater crocodiles, some of the largest in the world, lurk just beneath the murky surface, their powerful jaws ready to snap shut on any creature that strays too close to the water's edge. Venomous snakes, including king cobras and Russell's vipers, are abundant in the trees and on the forest floor. As if the predators were not enough, the environment itself is an adversary. The region is a hotspot for powerful cyclones that sweep in from the Bay of Bengal, bringing storm surges that can inundate the entire forest, washing away villages and reshaping the land in a matter of hours. The shifting tides can leave boats stranded on mudflats or pull unsuspecting fishermen into treacherous currents. Every journey into the heart of the Sundarbans is a calculated risk, a venture into a world that actively resists human intrusion. Yet, for the millions who call this region home, it is a source of life, providing resources that sustain their communities. Their existence is a testament to human resilience, an extraordinary story of adaptation in one of the most challenging environments imaginable. They navigate this world with a deep ancestral knowledge, reading the tides, understanding the ways of the forest, and living with a constant awareness of the dangers that surround them. The Sundarbans is a stark reminder that for many, survival is a daily negotiation with nature at its most formidable. Our next destination takes us beneath the waves, off the coast of Belize, to a feature that looks like a giant dark pupil in the middle of the turquoise sea. This is the Great Blue Hole, a colossal marine sinkhole over 1,000 feet across and more than 400 feet deep. From the air, its perfect circular shape and deep blue color stand in stark contrast to the shallow light waters of the lighthouse reef surrounding it. It is an awe-inspiring, almost unnatural-looking feature, a gateway to a hidden vertical world, formed during past ice ages when sea levels were much lower. This was once a dry limestone cave system. As the oceans rose, the cave flooded and its roof collapsed, creating the massive underwater cavern we see today. For scuba divers, it represents one of the ultimate challenges, a descent into the planet's geological past. The initial drop takes you past a sheer wall, home to reef sharks and the occasional hammerhead. But the true mystery of the blue hole lies deeper, in its darker, more ancient sections. As divers descend further, the water grows colder and the light from the surface fades to a dim twilight. Around 100 feet down, the character of the hole changes dramatically. Here, massive stalactites, some up to 40 feet long, hang from an ancient submerged ceiling. These are geological ghosts, formations that could only have been created in a dry cave, now preserved in this underwater tomb. Navigating this submerged forest of stone requires immense skill and composure, as the formations create a complex and disorienting environment. The dangers here are numerous and insidious. The depth itself is a primary threat, pushing the limits of recreational diving and demanding careful management of air supply and decompression times to avoid the crippling effects of the bends. But there are other, more mysterious perils. At a depth of around 300 feet, a layer of hydrogen sulfide hangs in the water like a ghostly cloud. Below this toxic layer, the water is anoxic, completely devoid of oxygen. It is a dead zone, where no marine life can survive. For the few technical divers who venture this deep, it is like entering another world, a silent, sterile, and profoundly eerie place. The risks are immense. Disorientation, equipment failure, or nitrogen narcosis, a state of confusion caused by breathing gas under high pressure, can be fatal this far from the surface. The Great Blue Hole is not a place for the novice. It is a deep, dark, and dangerous wonder that guards its secrets jealously, a stark reminder that even in the most beautiful tropical waters, the abyss is never far away. We now travel to the heart of Africa, to the Democratic Republic of Congo, where the Earth's crust is being torn apart. Here, in the Virunga Mountains, stands Mount Nyiragongo, one of the most active and dangerous volcanoes in the world. Its silhouette dominates the skyline, a constant and ominous presence looming over the city of Goma. By day, it's a colossal mountain. By night, its peak glows with a menacing red light, a visible sign of the fury churning within. What makes Nyiragongo so exceptionally dangerous is not just its activity, but the nature of its heart. The summit crater holds the world's largest and most persistent lava lake. This is a roiling, bubbling cauldron of molten rock, over a mile wide at times, a direct window into the planet's mantle. The surface of the lake crusts over, breaks apart, and sinks back into the fiery depths in a mesmerizing but honestly terrifying display of geological power. The heat radiating from it is intense, the air thick with the sharp sulfurous smell of volcanic gases. The lava of Nyiragongo is another key to its lethal nature. It's a type of alkali-rich basalt, which makes it exceptionally fluid. When the volcano erupts, this lava can flow with terrifying speed, moving like a fast-flowing river at speeds of up to 60 miles per hour. This leaves almost no time for evacuation. The slopes of the volcano are steep, and the lava flows are channeled into destructive torrents that race towards the populated areas below with little to no warning. The history of Nyiragongo is written in devastation. In 2002, a major fissure opened on the volcano's southern flank, unleashing 3 rivers of lava that poured directly into the city of Goma. It destroyed 15% of the city, including the airport runway, and left over 120,000 people homeless. Again, in 2021, the volcano erupted, sending panic through the city as a new river of molten rock narrowly missed the urban center but still destroyed homes and infrastructure, forcing a mass evacuation. Despite the ever-present threat, the city of Goma continues to grow. The volcanic soil is incredibly fertile, supporting agriculture that feeds the population. For the people here, the volcano is both a destroyer and a provider, a source of life and a constant specter of death. Living in the shadow of Nyiragongo is an act of defiance, a daily existence balanced on the edge of a geological knife. It's a place where the awesome, creative, and destructive power of the planet is not an abstract concept, but a tangible, glowing reality. Our journey now takes us to the roof of the world, to the Tibetan side of the Himalayas. Here, flowing from the northern slopes of Mount Everest, is the Rongbuk Glacier. It's a colossal river of ice, a slow-moving but immensely powerful force that has carved the very landscape around it. The air at this altitude, over 16,000 feet at its base, is thin and bitingly cold. The scenery is stark and magnificent, a monochromatic world of rock, snow, and ice, under a sky of the deepest, clearest blue. This glacier is the main artery for climbers attempting to summit Everest from the north side. It serves as a highway into the heart of the high mountains, but it's a highway fraught with hidden and overt dangers. The surface of the glacier is not a smooth, flat expanse. It's a chaotic jumble of ice towers known as seracs, some as large as buildings, which can collapse without warning. The constant grinding movement of the ice creates an eerie soundtrack of groans and cracks, a reminder that this frozen landscape is alive and in constant motion. The most insidious threats are the ones that lie hidden. Beneath the often smooth blanket of snow are deep crevasses, fractures in the ice, that can plummet hundreds of feet into the glacier's dark interior. A climber can be walking on what appears to be solid ground one moment, only to have it give way the next. Falling into a crevasse is a terrifying prospect, a descent into a freezing blue-black world from which rescue is incredibly difficult and often impossible. Climbers must rope themselves together, trusting their lives to their teammates and their own careful footwork. The weather here is another relentless adversary. Temperatures can plummet to far below freezing in an instant when the sun disappears behind a cloud. Vicious, unpredictable winds, known as the jet stream, can scour the glacier with hurricane force, ripping tents from their moorings and causing visibility to drop to zero. Frostbite is a constant and serious risk, capable of claiming fingers, toes, and even lives in a matter of minutes if one is not adequately protected. The extreme altitude starves the body of oxygen, making every physical exertion a monumental effort and impairing judgment. The Rongbuk Glacier is more than just a path. It's a crucible. It tests the physical and mental endurance of all who dare to cross it. It's a place of sublime, frozen beauty, where penitents, bizarre, blade-like ice formations point towards the sky like a forest of frozen specters. But it is a beauty that demands a heavy price. It's the first great obstacle on the road to the world's highest peak, a frozen gauntlet that has humbled many and served as the final resting place for some who underestimated its cold, silent power. We descend from the frozen heights to one of the lowest and hottest places on the planet, the Danakil Depression in Ethiopia. This is a landscape that defies belief, a place that seems to belong to another, more hostile world. It's often called the cruelest place on Earth, and for good reason. Here, 3 tectonic plates are tearing themselves apart, creating a geological wonderland of extreme and deadly phenomena. The ground itself seems to bleed in colors of acid yellow, toxic green and rusty orange. The heat is the first and most overwhelming assault on the senses. Temperatures regularly soar above 122 degrees Fahrenheit, or 50 degrees Celsius, making it one of the hottest inhabited places anywhere. There's no shade, no respite from the relentless sun that beats down upon the salt flats and volcanic fields. The air shimmers with the heat, creating mirages that dance on the horizon. To be here without a constant supply of water is a death sentence, as dehydration can set in with terrifying speed. But the heat is only one of the dangers. The landscape is pockmarked with bubbling hot springs and geysers that spew not water, but a toxic brew of chlorine and sulfur. The air is thick with poisonous gases that can burn the lungs and overwhelm the unwary. The ground is a treacherous crust of salt and mineral deposits, covering pools of scalding, acidic liquid. The vibrant yellow fields are deposits of pure sulfur, and the green pools are baths of acid, beautiful to look at but lethally corrosive. This alien landscape is home to several active volcanoes, including Erta Ale, which, like Nyiragongo, hosts a persistent lava lake. To stand at its rim is to stare into the very furnace of the earth. The region is also home to the Afar people, who have adapted to this seemingly uninhabitable environment over centuries. They make a living by hacking salt from the vast salt pans, loading it onto camels, and leading long caravans across the desert in a trade that has existed for millennia. Their endurance is nothing short of miraculous. The Danakil Depression is a living geological laboratory, a place where the forces that shape our planet are laid bare in the most dramatic fashion. It's a vision of a primordial Earth, or perhaps a glimpse into a post-apocalyptic future. It's profoundly beautiful in its strangeness, a kaleidoscope of deadly chemistry. To visit Danakil is to feel like an astronaut on a strange and hostile planet, a place that reminds us just how narrow the band of conditions that support life truly is. We leave the scorched earth and plunge into the cold, nutrient-rich waters of the Atlantic, just off the coast of Gansbai, South Africa. This narrow channel between Dyer Island and Geyser Rock is known by a chillingly appropriate name, Sharkaforsoim, Selbekruipri, Shark Alley. It is not a place for a casual swim. This small stretch of ocean is one of the most densely populated great white shark hotspots on the entire planet. It is their hunting ground, their kingdom, and we are merely visitors. The reason for this incredible concentration of predators is simple food. Geyser Rock is home to a colony of some 60,000 Cape fur seals. For the great white sharks, this is an all-you-can-eat buffet. The channel acts as a natural funnel, forcing the seals to pass through these dangerous waters as they travel to and from their feeding grounds. The sharks have learned to patrol this area, using the murky water and the element of surprise to launch their devastating attacks. From the surface, the scene is one of constant drama. The sight of a great white shark breaching, launching its entire body out of the water in a spectacular display of power as it ambushes a seal, is one of the most awe-inspiring and honestly terrifying spectacles in the natural world. It is a moment of pure, predatory perfection, a ton of muscle and teeth propelled into the air. The water is often churned by these life-and-death struggles, a raw and brutal ballet of survival. For humans, the primary way to experience this world is from the relative safety of a steel cage. Cage diving tourism has boomed here, offering people the chance to come face to face with these apex predators. But even this is not without risk. While the cages are strong, the experience is intense and can be, well, pretty terrifying. A curious or agitated shark can bump or bite at the bars, its massive head and rows of serrated teeth just inches from the diver's face. The sheer power is palpable, a visceral reminder of your place in the food chain. Accidents, though rare, have happened. There have been instances of sharks, lured by bait, accidentally forcing their way into cages, creating moments of sheer panic for the divers inside. These waters demand absolute respect and adherence to strict safety protocols. Shark Alley is a powerful testament to the wildness that still exists in our oceans. It is a place where the top of the food chain is undeniably not human, a thrilling and humbling environment where we are privileged to be observers, and nothing more. Our journey now takes us to the most remote and inhospitable continent on Earth, Antarctica. But we're not heading to the ice cap. Instead, we venture to a region that is, paradoxically, the largest ice-free area on the continent. These are the McMurdo Dry Valleys. Spanning nearly 3,000 square miles, this is a landscape so alien, so utterly devoid of familiar life, that it is the closest thing to Mars on Earth. It is a polar desert of profound and desolate emptiness. The defining characteristic of the dry valleys is their extreme dryness. The surrounding transantarctic mountains are so high that they block the flow of ice from the polar plateau from reaching the valleys. Furthermore, powerful katabatic winds, cold, dense air that flows downhill from the plateau at speeds exceeding 200 miles per hour, heat up as they descend and evaporate any and all moisture. The result is a landscape that receives almost no precipitation and has incredibly low humidity. It is, honestly, one of the driest places in the world. The cold is absolute and life-crushing. In winter, temperatures can drop below -90 degrees Fahrenheit, or -68 Celsius. In this environment, exposed flesh freezes in seconds. Survival here without highly specialized equipment is impossible. There are no plants, no trees, no shrubs. The valleys are a vast expanse of barren, rocky ground, patterned by the wind and the freeze-thaw cycle into strange polygonal shapes. It is a world stripped down to its geological bones. Yet, life in its most tenacious forms clings on. In the shelter of rocks, and even within the rocks themselves, scientists have found microscopic organisms, bacteria, algae, and fungi. These extremophiles live in a state of suspended animation for most of the year, becoming active for just a few short weeks during the brief summer when temperatures rise enough to melt a tiny amount of moisture. It is a discovery that gives scientists hope for finding life on other planets, like Mars. The valleys even have a bizarre feature known as blood falls, where an iron-rich, saline plume flows from beneath a glacier, staining the ice a shocking red, a sign of a hidden subglacial ecosystem. The McMurdo Dry Valleys represent the absolute limit of life on our planet. It is a silent, frozen, and profoundly lonely place. The wind is the only voice, a constant, scouring presence. To stand here is to feel an overwhelming sense of isolation, to be a fragile, warm-blooded anomaly in a world of cold, sterile stone. It is a stark and powerful reminder of the precious and perhaps unique conditions that allow our own, more vibrant world to flourish. We return to Africa, to the Great Rift Valley in northern Tanzania, to a body of water that looks as if it has been bled from a wounded landscape. This is Lake Natron. Its waters are often a startling, deep blood red, a color derived not from blood, but from vast blooms of salt-loving microorganisms that thrive in its unique and deadly chemistry. The shores are caked in a white crust of soda and salt, creating a scene that is both surreal and, honestly, deeply menacing. Lake Natron is one of the most alkaline bodies of water on Earth. Its waters are a caustic soup of sodium carbonate and other minerals that flow in from the surrounding volcanic terrain. The pH can reach levels greater than 10.5, almost as alkaline as ammonia. For most animals, this water is lethally corrosive. It can burn the skin and eyes of creatures not adapted to it. The temperature of the water can also be punishingly hot, reaching up to 140 degrees Fahrenheit or 60 degrees Celsius in the shallower areas. The lake's most macabre and famous feature is its ability to petrify, or more accurately, calcify, the bodies of animals that die in its waters. The high concentration of sodium carbonate acts as a fantastic preservative. Birds and bats that misjudge their flight and fall into the lake are essentially embalmed. As their bodies wash ashore, they dry into eerie, stone-like statues, perfectly preserved in their final tragic poses. These calcified creatures line the shore like grotesque gargoyles, a natural gallery of the dead. Despite this deadly environment, one species has managed to make Lake Natron its primary breeding ground. This is the lesser flamingo. These remarkable birds are one of the few creatures that can withstand the lake's caustic nature. Their tough skin and specialized glands that filter out salt allow them to thrive here. The lake's inhospitable nature provides them with a perfect sanctuary, protecting their nests and chicks from predators who cannot brave the toxic water. It is a stunning example of life's ability to adapt to even the most extreme conditions. Lake Natron is a place of stark and deadly contradictions. It is a nursery for hundreds of thousands of flamingos, a cradle of new life. Yet it is also a tomb that turns creatures to stone. Its blood-red beauty is a clear warning of the poison it contains. To witness it is to see a chemical process that feels almost like dark magic, a place where the line between life and a stone-like death is alarmingly thin, and where nature's creativity is expressed in its most bizarre and haunting form. For our final destination, we return to North America, to the formidable wilderness of Alaska. Here stands a mountain of such immense scale and presence that it was known for centuries by the native Koyukon people as Denali, the Great One, rising to over 20,310 feet. It is the highest peak in North America, but its height alone does not tell the full story of its danger. Denali's true challenge lies in its extreme northern latitude, which creates conditions more akin to a Himalayan 8,000-meter peak than its actual altitude would suggest. Denali's base begins at a low elevation of just 2,000 feet, giving it a vertical rise greater than that of Mount Everest. This massive bulk creates its own weather system, which is notoriously ferocious and unpredictable. Storms can materialize out of a clear sky, engulfing the mountain in blizzard conditions with winds exceeding 100 miles per hour. Temperatures on the upper slopes can plummet to -75 degrees Fahrenheit, with wind chills dropping below -100. It is a realm of profound, life-extinguishing cold. The climb is a long and arduous expedition, typically taking 3 to 4 weeks. Unlike in the Himalayas, there are no porters to carry gear. Climbers must haul their own heavy sleds and packs, weighing over 100 pounds up the glacier. This grueling physical exertion at high altitude, combined with the extreme cold, pushes the human body to its absolute limit. Frostbite is a constant, insidious enemy, and climbers must be relentlessly vigilant to protect their extremities. The mountain's topography is laden with objective hazards. The route traverses vast, crevassed glaciers, requires navigating steep ice and snow slopes, and involves traversing exposed, knife-edge ridges where a single slip would be fatal. High on the mountain, the thin air starves the brain and body of oxygen, leading to altitude sickness, which can cause deadly swelling in the brain or lungs. The combination of exhaustion, cold, and low oxygen can severely impair judgment, leading to critical mistakes. Denali has claimed the lives of over 100 climbers, earning it a reputation as one of the world's most dangerous mountains. It is a peak that demands not just skill and strength, but also immense respect and patience. Success often depends as much on waiting out storms as it does on climbing ability. To stand on its summit is an extraordinary achievement, a triumph against one of the most challenging and unforgiving mountain environments on Earth. Denali, the Great One, remains a powerful and humbling symbol of the raw, untamed spirit of the wild. Our journey through Earth's most dangerous places comes to an end. We have stood at the edge of boiling springs, navigated forests patrolled by tigers, and peered into the fiery hearts of volcanoes. We have felt the biting cold of the highest peaks and the scorching heat of the lowest deserts. These are the places that test the limits of life, environments where the raw power of our planet is on full, unapologetic display. They are beautiful, terrifying, and utterly awe-inspiring, a visceral reminder of forces far greater than ourselves. These landscapes teach us a profound lesson in humility. They show us that despite all our technology and ambition, we are still subject to the whims of nature. They are not obstacles to be conquered, but powerful systems to be respected and understood. The resilience of the life that clings on in these extreme corners, from the microbes in the dry valleys to the flamingos of Lake Natron, is a testament to the incredible tenacity of the living world, its ability to adapt and find a way, even in the face of impossible odds. Ultimately, these dangerous places are not just remote curiosities, they are a vital part of the magnificent and complex tapestry of our world. They hold the secrets of our planet's past, and perhaps the keys to our future. They challenge us, they frighten us, but most importantly, They inspire us to look at our world with wider eyes, with a deeper appreciation for both its breathtaking beauty and its formidable, untamable power. The wild is not something to be feared and subdued, but something to be cherished and protected in all its dangerous glory.